Now, I have to warn you, this is a little graphic, but in addition to the arrest report, we also got the autopsy report for the mother and 3 children. And in those reports, we learned that the mother and the 2 older children were stabbed to death. We're still waiting on a cause of death, though, for the 4-year-old.
Newly released documents from the Osceola County Sheriff's Office detail the horrific scene deputies say they discovered inside of Anthony Todd's Celebration home. According to the arrest report, federal agents had been tracking Todd in connection to a healthcare fraud scheme. He'd apparently been operating out of his physical therapy practice for years. When agents served an arrest warrant last week, that's when deputies made a gruesome discovery. Todd's wife, Megan, 3 children, and the family dog, all dead and decomposing in a bedroom upstairs. Autopsy reports say Megan and the couple's 13 and 11-year-old sons were found dead with stab wounds. The 4-year-old's body next to them, but with no signs of trauma. In the arrest report, deputies say Todd was shaking and barely able to stand when they took him into custody, telling deputies he had taken an unknown amount of Benadryl in an attempt to commit suicide. Detectives then interviewed Todd about what happened, but you can see from this large black square on the report, whatever he told detectives was redacted.
Now Todd is continuing to be held at the Osceola County Jail on no bond. He's being charged with 4 counts of premeditated murder and 1 count of animal cruelty. In Osceola County, I'm Kelsey Thorett, WESH 2 News.
People with past felony convictions have the right to vote, whether or not they owe money to the state of Florida. That is the ruling a federal judge released Sunday, automatically restoring voting rights to hundreds of thousands of Floridians.
This is pure vindication.
Desmond Meade, the executive director of the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition, which has been working for years to restore voting rights to former felons, says he was ecstatic to hear Sunday's ruling.
We really do believe that this ruling is so far, it's 125 pages, but I think it's a righteous ruling.
In his opinion, U.S. District Judge Robert Hinkle found that requiring felons pay all fines and fees before regaining their right to vote violated the Constitution, comparing the requirement to a poll tax and saying it discriminated against people based on their wealth.
It seemed like he cut through all of the partisan back and forth, and he landed in a spot that was right.
Back in 2018, Floridians overwhelmingly passed Amendment 4, restoring voting rights to former felons. But soon after, the state passed a law requiring past felons pay all fines and fees before they can vote. This latest court ruling finds that law unconstitutional. Meade says he's already heard from people excited to be able to vote, some for the first time in a very long time.
That's a feeling that you just can't put enough words to, because you're talking about, just giving a person being given the chance to be a part of this democracy, that's given the opportunity to say, I am a citizen, and my voice, my vote do count.
Now, the state can choose to appeal the court's decision. If they do choose to do that, the case would then go to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals in Atlanta. In Orange County, I'm Kelsey Thorett, WESH 2 News. Remembrance in the time of coronavirus. This year's annual ceremony honoring the 49 people killed at Pulse nightclub in Orlando 4 years ago looked much different than years past.
We join you today for the first virtual remembrance ceremony.
The ceremony streamed on the One Pulse Foundation's Facebook page and YouTube channel, this year featuring local leaders as well as Orlando native and Broadway singer Norm Lewis.
Well, right now, to all those lost souls, I want you to know you will forever be in our hearts. When I think of home, I think of a place.
The Pulse Memorial remained open Friday, but guests were asked to wear masks and get their temperature checked before entering.
It impacted everybody so much and the community, and I just wanted to be here.
I think we should all be here this evening paying our respects.
Pulse nightclub owner, now One Pulse Foundation CEO Barbara Poma, said she too wished the ceremony could have been in person, but in place of that, asked people to show just as much support online.
And we encourage everyone to be the rainbow this year and to put a sign of rainbow somewhere in your house, on your body, take a picture and post it so that the community can see that we're all still standing with each other today.
This year's virtual ceremony will remain online for people to go on and watch. The One Pulse Foundation has also posted a link to a virtual tour of the memorial here. In Orlando, I'm Kelsey Thorud, WESH 2 News.
Kelsey, well, now you've got your raincoat on, so things might be changing a little bit in your area. Kind of fill us in.
Yeah, well, you heard Kyle talking about that storm that he was monitoring going over Titusville. Well, I found it. It is here, right by the Brewer Bridge, right where thousands of people are waiting just minutes away to see this launch. So these people are braving the rain. Luckily, it seems like it's kind of getting out of our area right now. And you can see a lot of people came prepared. They got their umbrellas, a couple of them even have big tents that they set up on the bridge, but you can see just how packed this bridge is. Last time we came to you guys an hour or so ago, I would say it was maybe a third of this. This entire bridge is packed. We're talking right here, you can only see about the half closest to us, but there is a whole nother half of this bridge on the other high side of that, and it is packed to the brim with people. I was just talking with Jen, my photographer. We were trying to figure out exactly how we're gonna get in there and where we're gonna go to watch the launch, and it has gotten so packed here as we count down now minutes away from this launch. So people here are very excited about it. You can see many people still streaming in, and there have been people out here on this bridge really since early this morning, but it hasn't really been until probably the last 45 minutes that we really saw a huge group of people walk in over here and come in and gather on this bridge. I mean, really now we're getting to the point where it is filled with people, even so far that they are kind of running out of room on the bridge, and they have opened it up. I mean, these people are standing in the street. This just shows you, though, how excited everyone is to see this crewed launch. I think now, when we're minutes away, many people here are very, very hopeful that it's going to go off, and these people are going to witness the first crewed launch in close to a decade. So everyone here really excited. Clearly, though, there's still that issue with safety, with coronavirus still out as a risk right now, and there's not really any social distancing, of course, as you can see going on the bridge, but many people we have seen wearing masks. Of course, not every single person, but I think a lot of these people out here weighed the risk, and they thought that it would be better to just witness history out here on this bridge. And that bridge is kind of one of the best vantage points to really see the entire launch. You could see the launch pad out from the tip of that bridge. They're looking just a little bit south from where we are now is kind of where that is located. So all of these people up here, they're ready to see this launch, and it's definitely really continued. There are police out here, of course, monitoring, making sure that everybody is safe and doing okay. They have blocked off traffic to allow all of these pedestrians to get up on the bridge. But you can see there's still people streaming in even minutes now until we get to that launch. And if I look down just the other direction, there's actually some people running down here. I just want to show you that before we go. There's some people running. So people are trying to get to the bridge as quickly as they can, but we'll be out here for now. Mayor, back to you. Well, Matt, it was great. It actually just ended here a few minutes ago, but I don't know if any of you guys remember what it looked like here last year. It was downpouring for the entire game, so fans here had a much better experience with the nice weather. We caught up with some of those fans earlier today. More than 50,000 people packed into Camping World Stadium Sunday afternoon to see the best players in the NFL show off their skills.
Jarvis Landry, boy, I love you. Keep it up. Lamar Jackson, I love you. Keep it up.
Fans rep their favorite team's jerseys, not shy about showing off their pride.
Yeah, I didn't know it's on.
We even met one man who said he flew here all the way from Australia just for a chance to see players from his beloved Denver Broncos. What made you a Broncos fan?
In Australia, there's a Brisbane Broncos, so very easy. I'm a supporter of them. It was easy to choose the Broncos.
With the sun shining and temperatures in the 60s, Sunday's game was a welcome change from years prior.
Every year it has rained, but today we got a beautiful day, so I'm kind of happy that I'm here today. It's clear sky. Well, got a couple clouds in the sky. But it's a good day for the Pro Bowl.
And definitely a good day for all the fans, too, including this little guy who had a special message he wanted to share.
Pop Pop, if you're watching this, I told you I'd probably be on TV, and I'm on TV.
Now Jackson, he was a committed little guy. He really wanted to get that message across, and I'm guessing his Pop is pretty proud of him tonight. Though I do want to switch gears a little bit. During the Pro Bowl here, they actually held a moment of silence for the passing of Kobe Bryant. We actually spoke with a few fans here after the game. Many of them told us that they were shocked about that news, and many said it really put a damper on the Pro Bowl this year. For Now Live here in Orlando, I'm Kelsey Thord. Matt, back to you.